blue button. And now you can all hear me. Welcome, people of the planet. Please do not swear. Please do not say tits
there we
and
go.
bums.
Okay.
Purple, I'm doing my thing. Shut up. Please. Oh, yay. That's awesome. There's somebody in my downstairs, and I'm so happy that she's here. But I've got to do my thing before I start this. Apparently I'm live, and also I'm a dick because I totally screwed this up. So, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Purple, to my left, and in my downstairs area, I've got a special guest, and I'm going to let her into my room. If I can remember what to click. There you go.
Yay.
Yay. It's the one and only Jenny.
Good evening.
People of Earth, all your bases are belonging to us.
Mm-hmm. I'm liking this layout.
I'm busy giving myself electroshock treatments here.
Electroshock?
Yeah, you see those things on TV that
I can hear the beeping noises.
That Havana rocket electro thing that gives you little shocks to take away pain.
Okay. Does that actually work for you?
Well, it's a TENS device. It's a legitimate medical device.
Mm-hmm.
They do work. I've used them before, and so I thought I would try one. And yep, it definitely helps the little areas of my body that get painful and stuff. Yeah, it does.
I've seen them. I just never talked to anyone who had actually used one for the medical purposes.
What's weird? Well, I was thinking sexual too, but I'm kind of afraid to stick it up there while it's running.
I haven't known anyone who has used it internally either.
Oh, for fuck's sake! No, please don't do this. No, Jenny, I fuck. This is really difficult. You were inside chat, and today I'm 12, so everything you say, you know fucking well how much you make me laugh. Behave.
And Spooky said he couldn't join us, but he's in the side chat.
Yeah, Spooky's awesome.
What's weird about this device is how it works. A TENS device is just this device that like originally you'd use them when they first came out and stuff. You bought them, and it was two pads that you put on your lower back. Okay.
Yep.
You turn on the machine, and that gives you a little shock, and over a period of time, that shock will override the pain sensations that your brain is receiving, and your pain subsides. It legitimately works. It's kind of placebo effect, but it's also kind of legitimate brain chemistry type stuff. Well, this Havana rocket thing is just a neat little device. It runs off a AA battery, or two of them, excuse me, and and you turn it on and you set it to the strength level, and then you touch the end of it to your skin, and you're supposed to get an electrical passage.
This is so difficult.
Okay.
Now this is the trick. If you see one advertised on TV, you see that it's green plastic, but then there's a whole bunch of chrome plastic to it. Well, electricity, of course, needs to have a circuit to flow.
Yep.
And so the electricity is coming out of the little ball thing into your skin, and then it goes around your body wherever it goes, and it comes out your hand that is grabbing onto the metallicized plastic of the device. Okay, so if your hands have any kind of like normal hand oils and stuff on them, you can feel the shock in your hand too.
I don't want to piss on your cornflakes here, Johnny, because I live in a country that isn't uncivilized. We can get those things for free, and pregnant ladies use them to help ease the pain. Just saying.
Well, that would make sense. That would probably be a good use for them. Yeah.
Hmm.
But I was also wondering about how they would work in place of a standard vibrator.
Well, like I said, I've never known anyone who's used them internally, but the only places I've seen them have been at BDSM parties.
Yeah. Well, you see, what I'm thinking is that you got this little probe end of it.
Just gonna say this. You two, I don't know why you're doing this, but you're doing something, and I don't like it, and I'm gonna ban you because you're trying to make me look like a penis.
No, you're just listening. Well, I guess I kind of am being a penis because I'm going to use this device that way.
I think you're
So
being
it's
a
got this
penis,
little,
Jenny.
it's got this little metal ball on the end where the electricity.
Oh, okay, you're being a
But then
penis.
it could be inserted deep enough to have the rest of your pussy make contact with the metal part of the plastic and a complete circuit right there. You don't. Wouldn't have to
I
worry
just
about
need to have a quick word with YouTube,
it.
okay?
Yeah.
YouTube, this is not me, it's Jenny. I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy, okay?
You can't talk about sex on
Stool,
YouTube?
relax. It's after 10 p.m. everywhere in the U.S. It doesn't matter.
You can't talk about sex on YouTube?
I'm not falling for this. You know, the first time that I met Jenny, who I adore, she told me a stupid made-up story, and I believed it because she's a fucker for telling lies.
Now, which story was this?
I'm not going to tell you because you'll make people laugh at me.
Oh, is this about the electric plug-ins at the parking meters?
Shut the fuck up.
That's-
No,
yes.
fuck off.
I sent you that picture of them. Don't you remember getting that?
Oh gosh, this doesn't happen to me.
Somehow, I think if you use one of the car chargers as a TEMS unit, you might get a little more of a shock than you will from those 2 AA batteries.
Well, yeah, I bet you would.
She told me a really stupid story, and I fell for it because I'm a dick, about how she escaped from a Scientology compound.
Oh, that one. Well, you know.
That one.
Well, it was risky, but I did it.
I have not heard this story.
I still
I
have.
don't know if I want to, but I haven't.
I still have those facial tics from it, but you know, I can live with that.
This is why I hate you, Jenny, because I believe that bullshit.
Well, why would I tell you something that wasn't true?
I hate you so much.
You're my friend.
Jenny, I hate you with every bone in my body. I really do. And I don't want you to be poorly.
We should go to a Halloween party together sometimes.
I agree. I absolutely concur with this suggestion because I've said this many times. The Rocky Horror Picture Show. Oh, fuck, I can't stop laughing. Sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking
the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I will do it with you people, and I will put the suspenders on.
I was thinking if you were to shave, we could get you into the main character's costume. I forget.
Frankenfurter.
Yes, Frankenfurter.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd look really cute in the corset.
Okay, I'm live. This is my channel. You heard it here first, guys. Yes, that's a thing.
You don't have to hide. If you like to cross dress, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's very British.
You know how sometimes YouTube throws things at you that you don't necessarily want to see. And I was given something yesterday, and it was a documentary from 1975, would you believe? And it was Tim Curry talking about the filming of the Rocky Horror Show.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
It was fascinating, Jenny. It really was. I'll send you a link if I remember. It's a terrible shame what's happened to Tim Curry, because obviously he's now not well.
Oh, I didn't know that. What's wrong?
He's been unwell for a few years. He's got Parkinson's.
Oh, no.
And yeah,
Oh.
he's wheelchair ridden, and it's sad.
Is he
Yeah, my
British?
father had Parkinson's.
Mm.
Is Tim Curry British?
Yeah.
Well, that's very sad.
It is immensely sad. He was at those awful award ceremonies that you do in America land.
Mm-hmm.
He was in what I think it was about 5 years ago, and I think he won an award, and he was sat in the audience, but he literally could not move, and yeah, that's kind of sad.
You know, I kind of feel sorry for Tim Curry in a way that he did this character, you know, very early in his career before anybody heard about him.
Mm.
And it you know, gave him a reputation that has stuck with him his entire life. And people only seem to think about that and not all the other roles he's had that have demonstrated how fucking talented that man was.
Yeah, typecasting. I'm going to show you that thing. I'll send you a link if I remember, because it's when he was making the movie, and it was the first movie he'd ever made, and he didn't realize at the time, obviously hindsight, that he would become that character and become so typecast.
Well, nobody ever knew that it would become the kind of phenomena it did.
No, it also features I forget the guy's name. Help me out.
Boswick, Barry Boswick.
No, the guy who wrote the damn thing.
Meatloaf.
Don't know.
No, the guy who wrote it.
I don't know who wrote it.
Oh, I don't know who wrote it, honestly.
Oh, you do. You really do. I've temporarily forgotten his name, but he's also being interviewed in this. It's a documentary from the 70s, and he's been interviewed, and he's also telling you about this, what would become a phenomenon. And it's so fascinating to watch. It really is.
Aside from Rocky Horror, you know what I will best remember Tim Curry for? Fern Gully. He did a fantastic job as the villain in Fern Gully.
Oh, gee, I never saw that.
I don't know what that is.
I've heard
it was an animated movie. But you really should go and see it, because it's got Tim Curry playing against Robin Williams.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Tim Curry's the villain, and Robin Williams is this, bat whose brain keeps short-circuiting, who's helping the heroes.
I need to Google this. Is that a thing? Because
yeah,
I've heard of it. Still, he's talking legit.
Wow.
FERNGULLY.
He was a big loss to our lives.
Oh yeah. You know, in a way though, he didn't die in vain, because he really brought home the point that depression can be part of anyone's life, and you may never know how tragically they feel about it. And, and then suddenly this great man is gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I cried for days.
I thought it was just me, but
I still do. It's so terrible.
You know, I'm old. You know me well enough. I don't tell you how old I am, but I remember certain TV shows, and Mork and Mindy was fucking awesome. It really was awesome.
Pam Dauber is super hot.
I
Oh
was
yeah,
not
I
going
had
to
a
say
serious
that.
crush on her.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Okay, there you go. Stool.
just-
I dropped a link in the YouTube chat for the
I can see it.
IMDb for Ferngully.
I can see it.
Yeah.
You've just, both of you have just legitimized my perversions, because Pam Dauber, whoa.
Oh yeah, I had a serious crush on her when Mork and Mindy was on the air.
What's really neat for me is that she's married to one of the few men that I have the absolute hots for, Mark Herman.
I don't know what a Mark Herman is.
He's Gibbs on NCIS.
Means nothing to me. This is all American stuff. I had such. I'm doing TMI here now, but Pam Dauber, wow.
Well, anyways, if those two offered, I'd be in bed with the both of them in a split second. It's.
Do you remember still the theme tune to Mork and Mindy?
No.
I do.
Go ahead, sing it.
I'm not allowed to, but it's my channel. I can. No, I'm not going to do it. But I can remember the actual theme tune and the. I
remember the tune. I can't remember it ever having lyrics.
It had lyrics. Actually, no. It did not have lyrics. But I can remember when Pam Dauber. Oh fuck! I'm going to get arrested. I can remember the opening titles when Pam Dauber was stood in. Those things you have in your country, sports, the big things that look like an H. I don't know what you call them.
Look like a what?
They look like an H.
You mean the goalpost?
That's the word, yeah.
Okay.
And she stood on the top of one of those.
That's 10 feet up.
I hurt my penis watching that show.
Did you break it?
Kind of.
Oh God.
But I did it for good reasons. I did it for science.
So can you shoot 10 feet?
Please behave, because
I am.
I know you are, but I'm really struggling. I can't stop laughing today.
Let's go back to Rocky.
I was actually surprised to find out that she's significantly older than I am.
How old is she?
According to IMDb, born in 1951.
Oh, really?
Really? She's
yeah.
older than me?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I saw a recent picture of her. She was still very good looking.
Yeah, I'm only finding older pictures. I'm not finding anything recent of her.
I wasted a lot of my youth watching her.
That wasn't a waste.
Thank you. I liked her bottom. I really did.
I was into faces in those days. But tastes change.
I don't know where to go with that one.
I'd have to say she pretty much, had it from any angle. Okay, well, yeah, here's...
Susan Sarandon in Rocky Horror was...
Oh, no, you're going to do this, Jenny. Please don't do this one.
Oh, my God. She was just so whackable,
I have a favorite. Oh God, the people on YouTube are going to crucify me for this, but I'm being open, okay? That sounded rude, but there's a scene in Rocky Horror where Sarandon, it's not even her, it's that model of her. Do you remember that?
No.
You need to see it.
You mean part of the role? There was. I just don't remember that part.
I feel like I'm now on a psychiatrist's couch. This is uncomfortable. There is a scene in that movie where Sarandon, who is awesome by the way, there is a statue of her.
Oh yeah, I think I remember.
And it was a cunning way back in the day that you could show a naked person without breaking the laws.
Well, she was in that bedroom scene with just her bra and panties. She was damn near naked in that. That was plenty for me. She was just adorable.
She had pubes, and you people in YouTube land, pubes are important. I just said that. I actually just said that.
Why are they important?
You know what, Purple? For some bizarre reason today, I don't give a crap anymore. I'm just going to say anything. I don't care. I've lost all my insecurities. Jenny, you remember that film Network? Yeah?
Yeah, I watched it once.
That's what I'm doing now.
I never saw that one.
That's mad as hell, and I ain't going to take it anymore.
Yeah. That's what's happening in my head right now. So.
Yeah, sleep deprivation will do things like that to you.
It was a good film. If you've never watched it, Purple, do so. It's a very good film.
Yeah, I probably should get to it at some point. I know about it from reputation, but I've never seen it.
I have a movie that I need to see again. I saw it. Let's see, God, while I wasn't any older than fourth grade. What was the title of it again? Some religious phrase. God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, it starred Rock Hudson, and it was the film I fell in love with Rock Hudson with.
Yeah, Rock Hudson was massively gay, but he wasn't allowed to tell people that.
Yeah,
in the day.
nobody knew that until he came down with AIDS. It was rumored, I remember, in the 70s, but everybody just kind of said, "Oh no, that's just Hollywood rumor bullshit."
Yeah,
it wasn't. Haha.
I think, I'm not totally sure, but I think we've maybe progressed, and we don't do that anymore.
You know who Jim Neighbors is? Gomer Pyle.
I have no idea what that would.
Jim Neighbors was an actor who had this character called Gomer Pyle.
Yeah, it spun off from the Andy Griffith Show.
Yeah, and he played this Marine guy who was a nerd and stupid country boy in the Marine Corps. Okay. Anyways, the joke that went around in the 70s and stuff that Rock Hudson married Gomer Pyle and now he's known as Rock Pyle. You know, ha 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 ha. Well, yeah. It turns out Jim Neighbors is gay too, so the joke might have been true.
It goes along with that line from the Marine Corps sergeants that, you know, we ain't got nothing but steers and queers, and I don't see no antlers.
I kind of want to hope that we've evolved and we don't do that anymore. I don't know if we have. I don't know.
It's hard to say we collectively, because it's like a lot of us have, but certainly not all of us. Again, in the US, this would largely go by which state you're talking about.
Yeah, you've got a massive problem in your country. Oh, fuck.
And it gets worse the further south you head, which is why I like living up by the Canadian border.
Holy crap. I would, my head would explode if I had
Yeah.
to even. What the fuck is Texas? What is it, for fuck's sake?
I have this theory that the reason the South is so weird is the heat. That over time it has just cooked everybody's brains, and with climate change, it's getting worse.
Is this your official theory?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I've had it for years. So because look at how insane it is in the American South. Look how insane it is in the Mideast. What do they have in common? Heat.
Mm.
You know, it to me it's obvious.
I'm kind of liking your theory.
Yeah, I'll go with it until we find something better.
It makes sense. I've got no other better explanation. So it's got to be the heat. What else could it be?
Well, yeah, the Canadians don't have nearly as much problem with this.
I want to do a Howard. Oh shit! I just used my name. Delete this. Rewind.
What is
delete.
with those Canadians? Why are they so fucking lazy and they haven't got around to annexing Minnesota yet?
Jenny, are you a fan of the popular movie Airplane?
I saw it once when it was new. I'm not a giant fan of it. I never followed the cultishness of it.
No, I don't like culty things. I do not like culty things. This is why people who argue about Star Trek and Star Wars bore me immensely.
Yeah, I don't care for the culty aspect, but that is one that I have seen several times.
Yeah, just don't be a culty person. Airplane is a fantastic movie, and if you've only seen it once, Jenny, give it a second try, and go into it with no expectations. Because
the guys who wrote that, the Zucker brothers, lived down the block from me.
Yeah, it is one of those movies that there's so much going on that even like watching it the third time through, you'll catch some jokes you hadn't caught yet.
It's a wonderful tonic. It will make you laugh your...
Yeah, if you just want to laugh and don't want to think about anything, it's good.
Yeah, that's correct. You just summed it up nicely there. It's one of those things where you don't have to think. You just look at it and you will laugh. You really will.
It's just a jolly good bout of silliness.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
Yep. I did lay down and take a nap after my stream, so. But I was up too early this morning. So now here's hoping I can get some sleep and still be up on time for my appointment tomorrow.
I had to cancel my shrink appointment on Tuesday because I was dying.
Oh. Sorry, I hope that wasn't adding extra stress for you.
Well, it's the threat of death, only a little.
Well, yeah, I just mean, not seeing your shrink. I hope didn't add more onto it. So your
really
shrink is not doing teleconference things?
I was in no, I couldn't. I was busy getting infused with antibodies.
Oh, okay. You were at the
Normal.
hospital during that time. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that is amazing. I wrote that extensive tweet today about my experience over the last several days with it. I kind of timelined it,
Hmm.
and it's just amazing to me how effective that fucking drug is.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that, you were like up and around and said you'd gone grocery shopping again so soon.
Yeah, I had no expectation of it being that effective.
Yeah, I didn't think it would happen so fast.
I'm glad. I really, part of me was afraid of dying, and the other part of me wanted to die. I felt so bad, and if they say that people who've been vaccinated get a mild case of it, if what I had was
Yep.
mild.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. I don't know if it was the COVID, but I had a really bad thing about a month ago, and it totally fucking
Yeah.
deaded
Well,
me. It was
from
bad.
from what I get, mild for COVID means that they didn't need to intubate you.
It was
Because,
not
yeah,
fun.
it gets
But
seriously scary about a lot of people not being able to breathe on their own.
it was the most unfun thing that I've experienced in a very long time. It was not good.
Yeah, I had thought that I might have had it, but no, mine came back negative. I just had some kind of more routine flu.
I think because this is my channel, I need to do a PSA quickly. Listen, kids, get your jobs and look after yourselves, okay? Because
Yep.
a little prick in the arm, I just said that, a little prick in the arm is better than a hospital bed.
Yeah. Yeah, unless there's something wrong with your immune system, there is no reason not to get vaccinated. And if you're not certain, talk to your doctor about it.
One thing I learned from this experience is I have to go out and buy one of those. I don't know what they're really called. I'm going to call it a bed wedge, where it's a
Oh, yeah, the
isosceles
wedge-shaped pillows
triangle.
to prop yourself up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I could hardly breathe if I tried to lay down. I would just start wheezing and
That's what happened to me.
Yeah, I can imagine it. Even when I've had a bad flu, I wind up sleeping in my recliner.
Did you get COVID tested, Stu?
I didn't get tested. I'm a good boy. I've had my jobs. But a really scary thing happened to me, like I said, about a month ago or whatever, 2 months ago. And it was not pleasant. And I thought it was a bad cold. But you can remember what it's like to have a cold. This was like a cold multiplied by a million. It was fucking bad. It was really bad.
See, that's what COVID was like. It felt like a really, really, really bad cold.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm asking you. Did you get tested?
I didn't get tested, no, because I'm a dick, and so I just rode it out.
Well, stop being such a boy.
Well, that's for me.
Take care of yourself.
Like I said, I was having flu symptoms that got progressively worse over about a week. So I went in and got tested because I, was worried about it. But, turned out my test came back negative.
The nicest thing about getting tested was that I went through the drive-in facility. They have our hospital has a drive-through facility for basic lab tests. Isn't that cool? You don't have to go to the hospital building itself. You just drive through, and they got you for 30 seconds, and you're out the door.
Well, for the COVID test, I just did it at the pharmacy here. I didn't have to go to the hospital. But, they said, yeah, you stay in your car, you crack the window open, we'll pass the test kit into you. You don't have to have contact with anyone.
Well, the nice thing about it was that the young woman who took care of me was a woman or a trans woman I had just met recently. who's just adorable. Oh, and it's just so nice being taken care of by somebody I had a crush on.
I'm gonna cough. Excuse me. I had a
Out
lot
of
of pain.
COVID, run.
I had a lot of yeah, stay away. I had a lot of pain, and it was so painful that I was literally in tears because inside my head it was the scariest thing ever. It was really, really fucking not pleasant.
I can imagine that you'd be panicking, you know,
It
just
was
with
not.
all the news around it and everything, if you think you had it. But yeah.
I don't actually give a crap if whatever. I'm not going to pass it on to anybody because hey, look, I don't meet people. But this was a very scary thing that happened, and the pain was really bad. I was crying with pain. It was so bad.
Yeah. Well, you know, that even though I got vaxxed, you know, way back in May, I still wear a mask anytime I go to the stores, and I, you know, generally don't go out more than once a week unless I have like doctor's appointments that I can't do over the computer.
Our local county health department got a hold of me today. It's amazing the speed that this whole thing has taken. You know, you think about a bureaucracy and it being this gigantic, slow moving thing, you know, that doesn't care and then all this kind of crap. I got my last COVID booster last week on Thursday. On Friday, I felt the initial symptoms. And by Monday, I was absolutely ready to die. But I couldn't do anything about it over the weekend because, you know, the clinics and the stuff were closed. So I call up early Monday morning, you know, to say, I think I need to get a COVID test. How do I do that? And 36 hours later, I had that shit going in me and started to feel better. It was just amazing how fast they and efficient they were taking care of me. It was mind blowing. Get in, get tested, have the
I
results within a couple hours, and
I'm not the biggest fan of this country. You may have heard this, but what they've done with the rollout of the vaccine is I've not got words. It's magical.
Well, yeah, I remember seeing your thing about, you know, them having the bus that came up to your, you know, right up to your door there for you to get the testing
Yeah,
or to get the shots rather.
it's I don't want to get all patriotic, but this is something that they did do correctly.
well, anyways, once I got into the system, it's like everything was automatic. They got me tested within half an hour after getting my result, which was online. You know, I have a connection to the hospital. It's called My Chart, and it's where you go as a patient and you got all your records there and make
Yep.
appointments and stuff. And anyways, so they had me on record there, and within a half hour after getting my positive result, they were calling up and saying, we have scheduled you to come in at this time on Tuesday for the infusion of the monoclonals because you're over 65 and you have previous illnesses and blah blah blah. And then today, you know, today's Wednesday, right? No.
Well, it's Thursday now, but it was Wednesday
Yeah.
when we started.
Yeah. Wednesday. Um, the local county, Houston County, was on the phone, skip tracing me or whatever they call that.
Yeah, just to try to
Um,
find out who you'd been in contact with, where
they
you might have
wanted to
picked
know
it up.
everywhere I've been for
Yep.
the last week. And, you know, I told them as many as I could remember. And that they were then going to go ahead and contact all those places and people to let them know that they should get tested.
I overheard a conversation about 2 weeks ago through the wall, because I have a Jenny. You once gave me a twatting about this, but I hate the test and trace system in this country because there's no way 37 billion pounds. No, that's just wrong. Anyhow, I heard a conversation that occurred, and the person was on speakerphone, so I could hear both sides of the conversation, and it was somebody checking up, saying, "Okay, where have you been? And are you still isolating?" So it is a real thing that happens.
Yeah.
I have no fucking trust in the people that are running this thing.
I just resent that it took so long for people to start taking this seriously, and so many still aren't.
I'm just going to say one thing, and I know that this winds Jenny up, but 37 billion pounds. Fuck. Billion.
Yeah,
Not million, but billion.
that's a fuck ton of money.
Well,
You tell me.
Cost what it costs.
You tell me that we're not being taken for a ride.
Yeah, unfortunately, in a state of emergency, it's even easier for them to do that.
What's the
I'm out.
population of England?
I've just realised I've got a bad thing happening. Damn.
What's the population of UK?
I think it's 72 million.
I always think it was closer to 90. I'm not sure.
No, it's not that big. Maybe it's 60 million. I forget.
So that 100.
Okay, according to Google, 67.22 million. And that was as of 2020, so it'll be a bit higher, about 70 million by now.
So each taxpayer probably represented about $1,500 worth of expense to take care of for COVID. And your immunization rate is like immense, isn't it? I heard it was like 95, 96%.
It's very big, Jenny, and this is one of the wonderful things. I don't believe in magic, but the initial rollout was very good. So yeah, up in the big percentages. Now,
America hasn't even reached 60% yet.
Now it's not that, because these idiots that we all hate still refuse to get vaccinated, and that's a big problem.
Well, not at that.
What were you asking, Jenny? Was the infection rate, or
no? How many have been immunized, vaccinated?
Oh yeah, we were really good in the charts. We were like 90 something percent. It's not good now. Because obviously you, oh fuck, I don't want to get medical, but we have different vaccines, and we have to have two. And a lot of people over here got bored and thought that COVID was a hoax and all that shit. So it started out good. No, not so much.
You have 98% vaccination rate. Herd immunity begins at 70%.
Yeah, what I'm seeing here for UK says between 93 and 95%, but
okay, okay, let's just say 93 then.
But still, yeah, above 90%, so still doing very good.
You know, so herd immunity begins at around 70%, and so you guys are in great shape. Here,
no, we're not.
Our right wingers have basically guaranteed that COVID is going to be around as a forever disease.
Overall for the U.S.,
Yes,
about 59%.
that is what our people are doing. Our Johnson people are now saying that, fuck, I've never heard that phrase before, but our Johnson people are now saying it's a forever disease and that we
Yeah.
have to learn to live with it.
Well, I think, unfortunately, just because of the U.S.'s poor handling of it, it is going to be a permanent thing around the world. That if everyone in the U.S. could have taken it seriously in the beginning of 2019, we probably could have had it under control in 6 months.
Yeah.
But
Well,
because there are so
let's
many
not blame
people
the
who wouldn't
U.S.
deal with
for
simple things like wearing a mask,
let's not
we're all
blame the
fucked.
U.S. for that. Let's blame the people in the U.S. who are responsible for that. The right wingers.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
government.
the
Did, the
Republican
government
Party
did their
really did a
job.
lot to sabotage any efforts to get it under control.
The government did their job. The health system did its job. The
Yep.
politicians on the right wing did not do their job.
Yeah, because the Republicans were more concerned about getting the economy going again than they were about keeping people alive.
Mhm.
Well, they're also more interested in following Donny Boy and his big lie of it being oh, it's already cured, it's going to be gone in a month or so, and all the bullshit that he passed on that
The
the idiots bought into.
the herd immunity thing, I understand the science, and herd immunity is a real thing. But if you follow that avenue, it means that a lot of people are going to die, and that's not a good thing.
No, it's not, but it's inevitable. I mean, but with the same theories and methodology, we got rid of smallpox on the planet.
Mm. Yeah, you're very correct. However, this is something that annoys the fuck out of me because I've got the receipts I can show you. It was the official policy of our government, herd immunity, and herd immunity is not as nice as you think it might be.
There's an illustration of herd immunity.
Herd immunity is not the final answer, but it's the first step.
I don't want to say the word that I'm now thinking of, Jenny, because fuck, I hate these people who have the power over me so much, and they've got this obsession that's unhealthy. So herd immunity is a nice way to phrase something. I'm thinking, let's let the poor people die.
There you go, Stool. I'm sharing an illustration for herd immunity.
Just a second, I gotta zoom in and look at this.
That's how the Republicans thought it should work.
There's a really scary word that I don't like. You will both be familiar with it, eugenics, and these fuckers. That's what they want.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, that they figured it's only going to kill poor people, and the people who have enough money wouldn't be bothered by it.
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting, what's funniest about this cartoon though, is all the remains that represent the people who did not become part of your herd immunity. Those are all the right wingers. 95+% of the people, or no, what was it? It was even worse. That 99% of the people who were being hospitalized and dying from COVID now,
Yeah,
the Delta
are the
variant,
people who
are.
refuse the vaccine, yeah.
That's right, and the people who refuse to mask. And I just saw in the news moments ago there was in Arizona they had to shut down an elementary school because 40 some kids
Yep.
have gone positive for COVID, and the school doesn't require masks. You know,
Yeah, it was one of the southern states, I think it's probably Georgia, that they had to shut down every school in the district because there was such a sudden outbreak as soon as the schools opened.
and Colorado was starting to have another surge.
There's a very worrying thing in this country, and you people are clever, so you're going to understand the words that I'm going to use. But a lot of the people who are in control here are fans. I don't know why I'm doing the hand gestures. Sorry. A lot of these people are fans of Ayn Rand.
Well, yeah, they're a bunch of right wingers.
That scares the crap out of me.
Well, it should. Ayn Rand's a scary bitch.
Mhm.
who died in poverty, begging for government assistance, like the hypocrite that she was.
But these people who have all the power now, they're not just conservatives. You know, be a conservative, be right wing. I don't give a shit. But these people are fucking messed up in their heads. They really are.
Well, I'm not sure if it's the same thing driving it in the UK, but in the US, it's because it's the evangelicals pushing it.
The person who's now in charge of our NHS, so he basically gets to decide if we live or die, has publicly admitted that he's a huge fan of Ayn Rand. What the fuck?
Mhm. Well, the guy that DeSantis selected for Surgeon General for the state of Florida has been an avid anti-masker and anti-vaxxer. He's been speaking at anti-vax rallies. And they put him in charge of the healthcare system for the state of Florida.
Oh, yeah, Florida. There's a reason Florida guy exists.
You know, and the only thing I can see the possible positive coming from this is that maybe the Republicans will sink their chance of taking back Congress in the next election.
Well, that's what's going on, is that all these people who are dying are the right wingers.
Yeah.
That's fine by me. I mean, you know, you guys have chosen your fate.
Yeah, I don't want to state the obvious here, but they're killing their own people.
Yeah. Yeah, mostly. Well, it's like you say, Jenny, that, you know, the vaccine will not necessarily prevent you from getting sick, but it will probably prevent you from going to the hospital. It's very rare for anyone who's been vaccinated to wind up needing to be hospitalized.
Although I thought, honest to God, thought I was going to end up in the hospital. If that,
I was actually surprised that they sent you home. I thought they would keep you for a few days at least.
If this infusion thing didn't start working right away, I noticed. I got the infusion. It took till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon to get it. Around 7, 8 o'clock, I kind of thought to myself, "Do I feel better? I'm not coughing as much." That even just on the first few hours, I started noticing a difference, but I wasn't sure. It was just I'm just making this up in my head. It's a placebo effect. But when I woke up this morning, it was like, holy fuck. I'm a human being again. Oh man. I've never experienced something this miraculous.
I now feel guilty.
Yeah. Well, I was watching your posts on Twitter, so I was just amazed at the turnaround. It's, just being a matter of hours. I thought it would take days. If they gave you anything that was going to help at all.
Yep, that's what I was figuring too. I mean, because all the time that we're going into it, and they're doing all their little spiel about it. They're very much pushing the concept that this doesn't help everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
It may work on you. It may do the job. Maybe.
I really wish that when Trump got it, that it had at least kept him in the hospital for a few days. I think the fact that, they were able to turn him around and get him, back into his office so quick, really hurt the cause of trying to get people to understand it was serious.
Well, it would have been so simple for him at that point to say, "Yeah, I had COVID, and medical science gave me this wonderful opportunity to take this drug, and look at the difference it made. This
Well,
is
yes,
miraculous.
as an
People,
honest, rational person
join
would
us in
have done.
celebration of the scientific community and what they can do
Yep.
for us." But
As
no,
an honest, rational person would have done, but Trump was just worried that if all the minimum wage people didn't get back to their jobs, his stocks might take a hit.
well, gee whiz, if you give all these people something that cures them in a couple of days, they will.
Don't you feel better now that he's not?
Well,
I feel
yes,
better. I am still nervous about the next election cycle
yeah, he's got
because the Republicans are preventing the Democrats from accomplishing anything. And when the next election comes around, they're going to be telling everybody, see,
He's
the Democrats are useless. They didn't get anything done. And people are likely to vote for the Republicans, and they're likely to get control of the Senate back.
he's still doing really bad things, but fortunately, he has no power anymore. But he is
Actually, at this
he does
point, he's
have-
really fracturing the Republican Party.
he has huge amount of power, and he is not fracturing the Republican Party. They are solidifying their support for him. His numbers within the party have gone up and up and up all this time, and he is a force and a danger for the next two elections.
he's doing really bad things, and he's not allowed on Fox News anymore. They've told him to fuck off. OAN or whatever it's called, they won't play with him. But he's playing around on very, very right-wing religious channels.
This is the age of the internet. They can create their own media.
He's still doing bad stuff.
Yeah, he is.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think... Okay, I'm British, so I'm not allowed to comment, but he's not going to run for fucking president.
Yes, he is.
No, he isn't. He really isn't.
I'll put $10 on that.
I will. Okay, a gentleman's bet.
Well, I expect he will try to run again, but whether or not he gets any traction with that is going to depend on what happens in 2022, which way the Congress goes.
No, that's not how it's going to go.
So right now I'm only looking as far as the next congressional election. Can the Democrats keep control of the Senate through the next election? And not only can they keep control, they really have to pick up like 3 seats to be able to get stuff passed.
Well, and the House is close to falling to Republican control again.
I'm super excited now because I'm going to win $10 from Jenny.
Well, Trump has basically stated that he plans to run again. It's just a matter of whether or not he can get the support to do it.
No. You don't get it. He's going to say a lot of things, but he isn't going to do them because he's a grifter. And so he has to keep his base excited. He's not going to run for president again.
Well, he won't run unless he's really pretty certain he can win.
He's not going to run for it. Trust me on this one.
Well, like I said, I think it's all going to depend on what the makeup of Congress is after the next election.
I'm never wrong. Trust me on this one.
Anyone who says I'm never wrong is full of shit.
I'm totally full of shit, Purple. You know this.
The Academy of Sleep Medicine has suggested the end of the daylight saving time. No more.
Okay, I can see they'd be one to get behind that. Yes.
I was listening to PBR public radio a couple of days ago, and they did a story on how a worldwide movement is developing to get rid of changing the clocks twice a year.
It's way overdue. It serves no purpose.
Nobody likes it.
Yeah, it serves no purpose in our modern world. I'm not sure it served any purpose in the first place, but just certainly, with factories running 24 hours a day, it doesn't matter. It just screws people up. Another thing I've wondered about with it is whether or not it winds up causing more car accidents because it's just disrupting people's sleep schedules.
Mhm.
So I really wonder if there are more car accidents like in the couple of weeks directly after changing the clocks.
I've said this publicly. Usually I don't give a crap, but this time around, because my clocks went back a few days ago,
Mhm.
and it fucked with me.
I saw what they went through in Australia, though, and they really get fucked with it.
This totally fucked with my brain. And if you want evidence, check my Twitter. I posted a picture.
Yeah. Well, my brain never acknowledges a 24-hour clock to start with, but it just the whole point. I don't get setting them back in the fall because it means it gets dark earlier in the evening to the point that where we live, it gets dark before a lot of people get home from work. They're driving home in the dark just so it can get light earlier in the morning. And it's like, who the fuck gets up at sunrise anyway?
I think the original excuse is that it was good for people who are farmers.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
The original reason for it was actually during the war because the idea was that they wouldn't have to run the lights in the factories as long.
I'm not sure if we invented it in Britain land, but
I'm not sure who did it first.
if we did, I apologise because it's the most stupid thing ever. It's so dumb.
Oh wow! You know those doorbell cameras? There's one on TV right now where these kids at Halloween came up to the door, and apparently the people who live there are not home, and so they left a bowl of candy out in front. So these three kids come up and realize that the bowl is empty. So they take candy out of their bags and put it in the bowl.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Well, okay, this is weird. According to the first thing in the Google search, it goes back a lot further than I thought. It says daylight savings time was invented by George Hudson in 1895, an entomologist from New Zealand.
No, no. I can't accept that, Purple. I'm very
Well,
sorry.
I'm just saying that's the first thing that came up in the Google search. That's
You know what? Putting the clocks back is so fucking stupid. It has to be a British invention. It really does. Because we're the only fucking idiots who would invent.
Hey, do we actually have anybody in the audience?
I don't think so. I think it's just the three of us.
No, I think we're alone.
My tits itch like crazy.
What? So first of all, you had to check if people were in the audience before you said that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind offending you.
Yeah,
What the
Spooky
fuck?
had been there, but he went to sleep.
Jenny, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What?
Okay. It seems this is one of those things that's going to be a difficult to get a real answer to. Because according to Wikipedia, it was invented in 1784 by Benjamin Franklin.
I've got to play the British card here.
Yep. Actually, according to this, Benjamin Franklin proposed it as satire, and somebody picked up the idea later. That I will believe.
That's fun. That's so funny. Let's just do this for a laugh.
Okay, then after that, it says in 1907 by William Wilmot, who was a British resident. So yeah, according to this, it was in 1907. It was a British thing to conserve on candles.
Candles.
Yeah, that's what they used before electricity. That are burning rabbits.
Jenny, are you just explaining candles to me? Because
Well, I almost said children, so be glad I didn't.
Yeah, like I say, it seems this would take some research to find out, where it actually started, because there's too much conflicting information here.
I'm going to have to hold my hand up here, because I'm British and I'm pretty damn sure that we invented it, and I'm so sorry.
Well, if it's a plague upon the world, it is likely that it came out of UK.
Mhm.
This site blames it on Germany.
Well,
Oh,
Germany, Britain, what's the difference?
This
okay.
site says that Canada is annoyed that Germany took credit for it. So yeah, pretty much every page I check gives a different accreditation to where it started.
I'm legally obliged to hate everything that is German because that's just what we do. So,
Well, when they come over and drop, thousands of tons of bombs on your cities, I can see some resentment there.
yeah, fuck.
Wow, did you hear about that?
Which that actually bombing civilian targets was pretty much a German invention.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was not.
No. You go ahead, Jenny.
Dresden.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Dresden, when did that start?
World War II.
Unfortunately,
Didn't the Germans start doing
okay,
it?
all right. If you want to be more technical about it, General Sherman, at the end of the Civil War, going through Atlanta and burning it to the ground. There was no reason that it needed to be done, none whatsoever, militarily. It killed citizens. It destroyed property.
Yeah, well, that's true. That wasn't aerial bombardment, but it was unnecessary for them to.
Raping the earth, scorched earth policy was invented by Americans in the Civil War.
I think scorched earth might precede the Americans. I think it precedes the founding of the country on this continent.
we did a really bad, and Jenny correctly referenced Dresden. We did a really bad thing. And by we, I mean Britain.
Yeah.
That was.
The UK has done plenty of things to be ashamed of too. Or the US rather is. We've attacked a number of countries that we had no reason to attack. Most people don't even understand to this day why we were in Vietnam.
Yeah. Just don't kill people.
Yep.
Seriously, people, if you're watching this, future people, the clock is saying 0, so I know nobody's watching this, but future people, please don't do wars. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah. Well, and that's why the Galactic Alliance has quarantined the system. They won't let us have contact with with civilizations on other planets until we learn to stop killing our own kind en masse.
Yep, this is why we can't have nice things.
Correct, Jenny. Correct.
Well, no, it's a very simple and logical philosophy that if we're willing to kill people who look just like us, how can any other sentient creature feel safe here?
Well, it shouldn't, because if you don't look like us, we'll not only kill you, we'll eat you.
This
Right.
this is Jenny just summed it up perfectly. This is why we cannot have nice things. Because we're shit. We
Yep.
keep doing stupid things and killing each other and doing all this crazy hatred and
we
stuff.
keep thinking people like Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and folks
Elon Musk.
like that are gods, and we put them up above everybody else and praise them and worship them. You know, that's look at Trump. Trump got to where he is because people thought he was rich, and America is always in love with rich people.
Yep.
You know, and it's just disgusting. It's just absolutely revolting.
Because the American dream is to be rich enough that you can shit on everyone and no one will challenge you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're rich enough, everybody will kiss your ass. And as long as they get idiots to believe that they can reach that, they can keep them under control. And unfortunately, the masses are willing to believe that and don't realize that, yeah, working more hours or working harder will never get you rich in America. Basically, if you don't inherit the money, your chance of ever moving out of the social and economic bracket you were born in are virtually non-existent.
There is no such thing. I don't mean to piss on your country, but there is no such thing as the American dream. It's not a thing.
Not anymore. There used to be, and it used to be a legitimate thing, and people were able to achieve it.
It did exist at one time. It died more than 50 years ago.
Yeah, my parents' generation was pretty much the last one to be able to experience it. You know, they bought their house in the '60s and
Yep.
you know, got it paid off before they died, and that's what the American dream was all about. Today, especially today, right now, with what's happened to real estate in the last 6 months, it's it's just never going to happen for anybody again.
No, it's impossible for a young person in this country to buy a house.
Yeah.
Totally impossible.
I never at any point in my life was buying a house ever a possibility.
Damn it. This is my stream and I'm making you all sad. I'm sorry.
No, you're not making me sad, but I am getting tired. It's 3:30 around here, and I just kind of got to get to bed.
Yeah, actually, it's getting close to 4 o'clock here.
9 a.m. Okay.
Yeah, I've got 10 to 4 in the morning.
Okay, let's wind this up because we're all big, grown-up human beings.
Well,
future people, thanks for watching this. You're idiots, and I hate you. For the people who are here with me right now, I love you massively, and I want to give you big thanks for making me not do a crazy. I love you dearly.
I want to show something. I just want people to go to Twitter and read my 20-part tweet that took a long time to write and proofread and everything, because it actually is good and it's emotional and it's sensible and very positive and only 20 some people have read it. It's like, come on, people.
I'm loving your passion about this tweet, Jenny. I've never had passion about a tweet before, but I get what you're doing.
I do have something. Saturday at 1 in the afternoon, Phoebe Rose will be interviewing me about my transition.
Oh, really? Oh, neat. I will watch that.
So Saturday afternoon.
God, I have such a crush on her.
Oh, she's cute.
Because she's getting married and everything. And it's like, oh, how depressing. But yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Okay, and of course, you know, in what, about 18 hours here, be doing the late night show on my channel.
These days I tend to prefer watching people cooking. Don't laugh at me. Please
Okay,
don't laugh at me.
have you subscribed to Diana's channel, The Transgender Chef?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do you get any American public TV there?
I have no TV.
Oh, okay. Well, you might be able to get it online too. You should look up America's Test Kitchen.
Oh,
Oh
It's-
yeah.
what does that mean?
It's a spectacular cooking show.
Really?
Yeah, Sloth Girl watches that.
It's been on for 20 plus years. It's probably the most successful cooking.
What is it called again? Say the words again.
America's Test Kitchen.
America's Test Kitchen. I'm actually Googling this right now.
Yeah, like I said, that's one of the ones Sloth Girl watches.
Yeah. And speaking of crushes, I've had a crush on Bridget Lancaster for forever. She's a cutie.
I would need a picture to know who you're talking about.
Well, she's the blonde woman.
Yeah, I haven't watched the show enough to really remember what they look like.
Both the women on it are blonde. That's
Ah,
I really like her. She's very funny. She's very down to earth. She's very self-depreciating. You know, she's just a real human being. She's
Oh.
the import whatsoever.
Oh, I see where you're coming from. Okay, I get it.
okay, and Sammy has an important message.
Oh,
that nobody should be judged by the color of their skin or their race or gender or sexual preferences. They should only be judged by what kind of hairbrush they use.
well, that's true.
Mhm.
What brand does I got here? Let's see. What is this? Oh, it's a Revlon.
I have a very stiff, very dense boar's hairbrush that he really likes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, mine's one of those. The teeth are mounted in rubber and they flex and move.
Yep, I've got one of those for my own hair. He likes one that the bristles are a lot closer together. The main problem, though, is that he keeps trying to get up on the table and thinks he has to eat his own hair out of the brush, and then he spits up on the rug.
Yeah, cats are so much fun.
I don't know why he feels he has to eat it after it's in the brush, though.
Because cats are so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've been debating whether or not to get him a playmate. He's actually been much more active here than he was in Michigan.
Oh, does Sammy need a pussy to play with?
Oh, please don't say that word.
Well, and it's like, it would be good if I can find one that, that they'd chase each other around and play would be fantastic. But
Yeah.
I'm also worried because the last couple of cats he was with all bullied him.
Cats? What?
Well, Petunia, and when I first got him, I still had Fiona. That they both bullied him, and so it's like, it'd be great for him to have a playmate, but if I pick the wrong one and he gets bullied and winds up hiding under the bed all the time, that would basically ruin his nice life here.
All right, kids, I'm gonna go.
Okay, before you do, Jenny,
Okay.
Stay well and stay healthy. I love you
Good
dearly.
night.
I'll do my best.
Apparently, people have been watching us. This annoys me because I'm now going to have to make a fancy title for this thing.
Oh, there have been people watching?
I think so. Yeah. I think so.
Sorry.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna go because I'm choking.
I'm
Okay.
also going to go.
Yeah, you
Bye.
get yourself some good sleep, Jenny. You need to get better.
Mhm.
I also need to go because it's like 9 a.m. here and I'm British, so
Yep.
Purple, I love you dearly. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. I'm now going to hit the button, and hopefully, Purple, I will not get a message from you next week saying you're still streaming.
I will check it after you hit the button. I will leave you a message on Twitter almost immediately.
It's the red one, yeah?
Yeah, it should be up in the upper right corner. You should have a red button there.
I will now click it. Signing off.
Yep. Good night, all. Whoever is out there.
Stay safe. Oh, it gave me a fucking... Oh, fuck. I hate
Oh,
my
yeah,
life
it
so
will ask
much.
you to confirm it.
I don't want to confirm things. Jesus fucking Christ. I'll try again. I'm so shit at this. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.